And I'd rather not like people to make long comments as well because time is short. So hands up, I've got the first question here.
Where's Barry? Where's Barry?
Where's Barry? All right. Chris, you want to get that?
Who's the last person to see Barry?
He was on Spooks last night, I'm sure he was.
Wasn't he?
Did you blow his status again?
When he died in Spooks, I didn't see it. Apparently he was as bad as... Yeah. Oh no, he's playing...
The lady with the scarf there.
He's going to be playing Shrek. Barry will be playing Shrek.
In a West End musical.
Can I just say that second time round, even better. Better second time round, amazing. Can I just ask whether you did any ad-libbing or whether it was all absolutely scripted?
Nigel's the man to answer that one because he was on Breakfast Time when that question was asked there. He said, no, you know, we just, we were allowed to tear up the scripts and just say what we wanted, which isn't exactly true. But there were, you know, there were. I mean, this is the cue for. Do we just all point at K-Man and say, what's the most famous made-up line? And he basically said, fuck many baby bells. It wasn't But actually, no, everyone chipped in bits, because, you know, once you got a rhythm going, these guys are all good enough just to throw lines out. So there's actually lots of very funny lines which came straight out of it. Yes. Now that was scripted.
Guy in the yellow hoodie there. Hey, come on.
Just following on what the lady said over there, the 105th time is even better. It doesn't matter if it's going to. I just want, I mean, great film, absolutely brilliant. I just want to ask Kevin, Waj.
Hello, bro.
Bro, it's just two quick questions. First quick question. Do you think you look like me? Because everyone tells me you look like me. I'm really glad you came with the beard today as well. That makes me.
Yeah. I don't know, do I look like you? Yeah, I do, yeah. He's more handsome than me. I'm not allowed to be handsome.
The second quick question is, who did you model, if anyone, or research or watch videos of whatever, to play that character? Because it's like amazingly intelligent, but in a thick way.
Well, yes. I hate to say it, but it was you, man.
That's a good joke, guys. Got owned.
Anyone in the middle area there? Okay, the gentleman right towards the middle, towards the back. It's not you, the one to the middle there. Do you want to get up and try speak? Yeah? All right.
Right, everyone over here. Everyone over here. Does he or does he not look like Faisal? By a show of hands. By a show of hands. Yes.
Can you pass it to the gentleman there, just in the middle of that row, just across there?
Is there any films coming with all you guys together again? Or what's next?
Sounds like you were talking backwards then.
Yes, that.
That's good, man. I'm going to let Chris answer this because he's got a very exciting announcement to make. Alias, was it you that actually sent me an email saying no sequel then?
No, that's right.
Or did you suggest
I want to
that
be in the sequel.
we set it in heaven? I don't know. I mean, it'd be great to work with these guys again. No announcement as such. Or should we just make something up now? Yeah.
Can I have that gentleman there, please?
Hello. It's a question for Chris Morris, actually. Where is this film been shot, actually?
Well, any guesses? Yeah. Sheffield, London, and Spain. The Pakistan bit, somebody corrected me. They said, I enjoyed the film, but that bit really put me off. The bit where they're going in the tuk-tuk. And he said that wasn't Pakistan. And I said, how did you know? And you said they're wearing the wrong trousers, the guys in the shops. Anyone spot that? No. Come on. We were thinking of that at one point.
trouble filming it at all? Was it controversial to film it?
Our call sheets, which are the sheets that tell you where to turn up every day, were done like kids' parties with sort of balloons and lots of loud primary colours, and they'd say, you know, come to Heidi's party, and then you'd think, okay, fine, and it would say at the parking lot by the sports stadium at 5 a.m. So that was done to disguise where we were going, but anyone with any two cells to rub together would think, hang on, that it really isn't a kids' party. But actually we were lucky, because you can stop a film with a referee's whistle if you want. I'm not suggesting that you do, although there are quite a lot of films that should be stopped that way. But if you just turn up when people are filming and make a loud noise, you can really bring things to a halt. We didn't want that to happen because it would have made us go bust.
This is a question for Riz, really. How did you get your head around playing a leader, an idiot, a mass murderer, and a family man all at the same time?
Jesus Christ. I think really he's just the thing to get your head around, and for me it was just that he's just a normal guy, you know, like anyone else. It's almost like wanting to be a terrorist is kind of like having any other obsessive hobby, like being, you know, addicted to gardening or like having a bowling club with your mates, because that's what really drives the whole thing, I think, was their kind of desire to spend a lot of time together with each other and like kind of secretly get up to this, you know, mission that they really enjoyed. So actually it wasn't that difficult to think about, in a way. Rubbish answer. Amazing question though, thank you.
At the back, please, yeah.
A question really, who was your target audience and why?
People who like the film.
I think this really, only the north of Yorkshire can really understand this really well. And it doesn't seem to be directed at anybody else, I guess. You know,
I'm very pleased that we could play it here tonight, because I was getting slightly sick, is perhaps too strong a word, but sick and tired of London screenings, because you get a very different kind of audience, and it is great to play it somewhere which is closer to what it's based on. But to be perfectly honest, we didn't think, you know, target it in any region, and it's just very, it's kind of overwhelming if people like it at all. So wherever they are, it's great as far as I'm concerned.
Question here at the front.
Thank you. Hi. Casting was obviously absolutely crucial because everyone seemed to play their characters so fantastically well. And I have to say, when you played Faisal and your very different voices was really impressive, especially the woman. So what process did you go through?
Well, actually, do you want to describe how brilliant you were, or should I? But, you know, that scene was pretty much formed in the audition. We had auditions, we did castings, we met lots of people, everyone's got their different version. Why don't I hand this round, because their versions are much more honest than mine.
Well, isn't it true, Chris Morris, I put this to you, that the first person you wanted to play Wadge was in fact Colin Farrell?
Now, the reason Kayvan's done that is because he's got a funny routine about Colin Farrell playing Wadge, so that was a shameless setup for his own joke, which I'll... What I suggest is that maybe Riz answers the question so that you can forget that he's just set himself up, and then casually passes the mic to Kayvan, at which point he will spontaneously do something.
Personally, I knew Chris for a few years. We've been meeting up and talking about the film, just talking about everything and nothing for a few years. And so when it came to the point of actually seeing a script, it just felt like quite an organic process. It didn't feel like, you know, going in to do an audition. Although I did do an audition for the role of Wadge, and I was so scary. Yeah, we didn't tell you about that. But I was so scarily rubbish at it that I think he offered me another role. But Kayvan, have you got anything to casually kind of do for Robert, let me fucking rabbit! No fucking way!
I don't want to write myself, obviously that's a phenomenal scene. Obviously it was in the trailer as well, the scene with you and the different accents. So, you want to tell us a bit about the scene?
Yeah. Hello. Yes, well, it's scripted, and we scripted it, and then I was reading it off the script, and I said all the stuff that I was told to say by Chris, and then he said try some different accents. So I tried different accents, and I used different accents for each one, because I've got quite a good Northern Irish accent that I was trying to use, and I've got quite a good accent for a woman, and I had all these different, and he just tried to make it all the same thing. But I couldn't get my head around it, and I didn't understand why I was trying to do all these different types of people with the same accents. So I was really concentrating hard on trying to figure it out, and as I was concentrating on it, that's when he sort of said, "That's funny, because you're concentrating so hard on it." That's what I was going to say.
That's why he did it. We were in a bit of a pickle, and we needed a festival fast, and he came in, and we were in sort of pre-production in Sheffield, so lots of other things were wearing away, and he did it, and as soon as he'd gone, I took the DVD out and showed it to everyone, and they pissed themselves. So he's being modest. It was brilliant.
I'm going to rush it on. Sister with a headscarf there.